Boom, and welcome to another episode of Nobody Watching. In a letter to Robert Hooke in 1675, mathematician, physicist, astronomer, theologian, and author Isaac Newton, yes, that Isaac Newton, said, "If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants," which means he was only able to accomplish what he did because he had the advantage of knowing what smart people who came before him discovered and achieved. It's a metaphor. Let's be honest, very few of us are true pioneers in the things we do, and we benefit greatly from the creativity, hard work, and dedication of those who preceded us in this life to inspire new work from within us. It's tricky, and it's okay. Another metaphor is the concept of carrots and sticks, which is a simplified representation of rewards and punishments applied in order to achieve an objective most commonly associated with people or animals. Originally, the phrase was taken from a cartoon related to a donkey race. In its purest form, the carrot, that unassumingly tasty vegetable treat, is used as the motivator or the reward for getting things done, and the stick represents the deterrent to a specified behavior or a punishment for not getting something done. You might think that there could be more relatable items to represent motivation and punishment than a carrot and a stick. I mean, the stick is pretty good. Few people wait in line for getting poked or whacked with a stick. But why hold the humble carrot out as the gold standard for motivation when things like recognition, money, property, valuable trinkets, or pie even, could be more inspirational? The carrot and the stick has been around since the mid-1800s, and you can still hear the metaphor being used by people who are trying to get others to accomplish something. Its simplicity and endurance aptly reflects its near-universal application. You also hear more about the carrot than the stick. It's never quite equitable. People come up with way more carrots than sticks, probably because sticks are unpleasant. Sure, they're fine just laying around on the ground taking up space, but wielding one as a weapon of enforcement is not always easy for people to do. I think people understand that sometimes a negative force is required to elicit a desired action or to stop an undesired action, but if you don't hold to the purpose, your stick becomes useless. And you can't cover it with bubble wrap and pixie dust and expect that people will respect what it represents. A stick, no matter its match, must serve the purpose of a stick. The carrot, on the other hand, all bets are off. We love our carrots, and people love to get the carrot, or at least the offer of a carrot. In fact, the question people often ask most when confronted with a task is, "What's in it for me?" which basically is an out-and-out ask for a carrot that is motivating enough for them to agree to perform. No carrots, no action. Let's now consider the notion of COVID vaccination. One would think that the primary stick in this case, getting sick or getting others sick with an illness that has the potential to render you lifeless, would in and of itself generate an effective carrot, that is, getting vaccinated. I mean, like wearing a mask, the science says it makes good sense, and unless you want to get sick, you do things that help you stay healthy, like brushing your teeth to prevent tooth decay. And early on, for fun, some businesses tried to help encourage vaccination in broader numbers by offering simple incentives, the proverbial carrot, like Krispy Kreme's free donut if you can prove you got the shot. Great, right? There is a saying that says the road to hell is paved with good intentions. In this case, the offer of the donut is the good intention, but is also the gateway to the dark side. For if someone sees they can get a donut for a jab in the arm, then it's possible more good fortune might be out there if they just, wait. And they're right. Just telling people they should get their shots only works on those of us who are paying attention. So as vaccination numbers have dropped over the last few weeks, the incentives, or COVID carrots, are on the rise. Listen to the siren call of the growing list of things you may get should you get at least that first shot. Donuts, beer and other drinks, marijuana, cash, coffee, entries into lotteries where millions of dollars are at play, free groceries, plain old bribery, and more will be given away to try and entice those holdouts who resist participation. And it's not equitable. Few things are. But the resources just don't exist to give everyone these life-saving vaccines for free and then add all this other crap on top of it. Common sense and science says you should get the vaccine. And this isn't one of those, if your friends all jumped off a bridge, would you do it too kind of thing. That applies to dopey things like jumping off bridges. If you are a lemming, you follow your friends and neighbors off bridges and cliffs and such. But I don't believe you are a lemming. The reason we have these vaccines is because our scientists of today stood on the shoulders of giants before them who helped guide them to an effective way to reduce the chance of getting sick and dying. It's sad that we have to consider incentivizing anyone to get the shot, but we have. It's out there and you can't pull that back. If increasing vaccination rates is restricted by infrastructure, then perhaps the resources going into lotteries should shift to develop realistic avenues for more effective vaccine distribution. If laziness is the deterrent, then donuts and a few dollars is not likely to get these people off their couches and into a clinic somewhere. And if it's just a rash of stupid holding people back, well, I hear you just can't fix stupid. Magnetized. And when at last all the carrots have been used up and there are still those out there who refuse to play, what then? The stick? What does that look like? Do you even want to know? I would get the shot. If you need an extra carrot beyond the fact that it can help protect you, hey, it's free. We'll see you next time.